Welcome back to the episode of my trading vlog, where most of the views come from returning subscribers. If that's you, I'd appreciate hitting the like button. If not, consider subscribing. Let's get going. It's a new week, and sure enough, I'm expecting more downside in the markets. I want to start with SPY before we hit AMC, GameStop, Playboy, the dollar. Maybe we'll take a peek at gold. We'll just see how it goes and how long we take here. Let's look at the 1 minute chart here on SPY. I've already made my day trade today, this morning. Just go over that really quickly. At 6:37 Pacific Standard Time, I entered into a put. I almost stopped out at 6:39. I actually set a stop loss and entered the order. I gotta manage those losses. And if I can do that, I can make money day trading, which is so weird to me. I've been thinking I need to improve my strategies, but I think what I need to do is really just be more disciplined at what I'm good at. Anyway, price reversed and I exited 9 minutes later at a nice little profit. Of course, I could have held through all of this, but I'm not doing that. That's not the strategy. Right now, the cost of these options relative to my account is pretty large, and so I can't afford to take that much risk on. So I have to get out as fast as I can with any profits I can get and do that consistently over a long enough period of time until my account's large enough to be able to hold through a potential loss that's larger. I need to make sure that I need to scale my account accordingly to the amount of risk I can take, which right now is not a whole lot. At any rate, price starts to come down. We rejected off of 438.90, which is an important level, and I was talking about this with T-Man in the Discord this morning. This is a big level. It really is. It's 100% target for the corrective wave that I'm following on a larger time frame. We saw the price reject there, push down, and I'll return to that thought in just a moment. And since then, we've seen a little grind sideways, another push down. The RSI is reaching oversold once again. There's a lot of volume on these big red bars. Of course, I think that the motive trend is still down. You can see that implied volatility here on the bottom is rising as price drops. A pretty good cue that progress is being made to the downside. I'm going to turn on the line chart here before I switch it to the hourly time frame. I'm going to show you my wave count, and this has been a very accurate wave count ever since, let's see, I suppose we peaked July 27th. We had a lean diagonal triangle, a corrective phase through here, which was a total bitch because that's what the B wave is. That's what it does. It just wrecks. It always gets me every time. Anyway, price starts falling through here. I trade calls into every corrective uptrend like a weirdo, and then we find a bottom. There's a nice inverted head and shoulder through here, which formed. This, of course, is a great cue that we've reached sub-minuet wave 5 of minuet wave 3. This really could be waves A, B, and C instead of waves 1, 2, and 3, and I'll be making that justification if we were to break above that 438.90 level, but we didn't. Instead, the price has turned around. It's pretty common for wave 4 to break these channels and wave 5 then to truncate, that is to say not set a new low below the bottom of wave 3 in this case in a downtrend. So we're looking for a low near 433.87. I'm going to zoom in a little bit into this wave 4, get rid of my buy and sell arrows. I set that to mark where they were. And let me show you what I was talking about earlier. So in this corrective wave, we're going to have, let's see here. I actually want to make these, we'll just duplicate this guy here so I don't have to do the format difference. I'll just, boop, we'll say this is wave A. That first little push up, duplicate this. The sideways grind forms wave B. And in a corrective wave, you're going to have 3 waves, 2 motives, which are A and C, and B, which is not motive. You can see that wave C doesn't make any wave B doesn't make any progress, but waves A and B do. So there is an uptrend through here. This would be the corrective uptrend. It's now broken. Whoops, let me zoom in again there for you. Pull that back over. Seeing that trend break is pretty significant. We could see the price pull back up to this level before pushing back down. It's important to remember that. I'm not supposing we will, but we very, very well could. And then when to form our price targets, wave A tends to equal wave C. As you can see, the 100% target coming in there at 438.56. Price coming up there exactly on the line chart, peaking just above there before reversing and pushing back down. And so this, to me, confirms that we saw the top of wave 4, and we're looking for wave 5, and again, looking for a low near 433.90. We can get one more step of, we can make it a little more complicated. Wave 1 typically is equivalent to wave 5. And I'm thinking that this could be the bottom of 1 down here or here. It really could be either of those 2 points, which sounds weird, I know, but I wouldn't expect to get a 3-wave push for the final wave in minuet wave 1. And so I'm actually going to use this and think this is A, B, and then a sideways triangle for wave C of that wave 2. Geez, if you're following along still, congratulations. I'm going to lose a lot of people there. I know I will. It gets confusing when we start talking about wave degrees fluently, right? So when I take my height of wave 1 and I apply that amplitude to the top of that fourth wave, which I just identified as 438.56, you can see that, well, if wave 5 is as long as wave 1, it'll only be just a little longer, dip a little lower than the bottom of wave 3 here. And so I'm expecting this is actually wave 1 of 5 pointing down, and we'll see this wave truncate near this level. Zooming back into the 1 minute time frame, we're going to analyze this a little bit. OB1 was thinking that we're in a measured move down here. I think that's a great analysis. You can see that the peak here at 7 o'clock, more or less Pacific time, is above these prior peaks. We're going to have to say that this is the first mode of trend down. Of course, wave 1 looks like 3 waves, right? But it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so what that does is that completes the sub-mini wet wave 1. We're looking at sub-mini wet wave 2. And because wave 3 can't be the shortest wave, we always anticipate it to be at least as tall as wave 1. That gives us the measured move down. We have a confirmation for that chart pattern as we pass the bottom of that initial impulse wave, right? So this becomes a bearish confirmation level at a very small time degree. I'm going to color this red. We've hit that, and now we're moving towards that 100% target at 434.82. I'm expecting to reach the extension at 431.29. That's a good spot. Let's zoom back out and see how it looks on our bigger count. Here we go. There it is, 434, and then, ooh, the extension target's actually much lower than the end of Minuet Wave 3, which of course Wave 5 is free to do. So we probably have a price range between 434.82 and 431-ish to find the bottom of this corrective wave. And this is the wave C at the minute degree. All right, does that make sense? Remember, sub-minuet, minuet, minute. 5 waves of sub-minuet are going to build into wave 5 at minuet, and those 5 minuet waves build into wave C at the minute. All right, moving on. Let's go take a peek around the market. Let me pull up what my day. I'll do it at the end. We'll pull up my trades at the end here. Let's go to AMC. That's what people want to see anyway. Big dump today, big dive. I spent a while and I edited out the process while I was figuring it out. It was just a little lengthy. I didn't want to bore people to death. Although looking at the video analytics, apparently AMC is all people want to see. It's fine. I can actually see it in my video analytics. It's like, okay, whatever. Anyway, so I decided we had waves A, B, and C, corrective push higher up to about 427, and from there we started coming down. Of course, this doesn't look very good on this time frame, or maybe I did it on a line chart, maybe, or on a candle chart. No, I did it on the 1 minute time frame. A, B, C, A, B, C, X, A, B. And, oh, guess what? I was looking for wave C to bring us lower, targeting 373. And, yeah, definitely hit that target. And the price is now, like, plummeting past it, which is, I mean, the price is free to do that. It makes me want to reanalyze this as a motive wave. But again, I think I don't think that's totally appropriate. Wave C might actually end back here. And we have another... we have a Y or something back here. It gets really complicated when you have these sideways extensions. Again, my theory here is that the meme stocks are stuck in corrective trends. We're never getting a really true motive wave at a higher wave degree. Rather, we're just being sent back and forth between A, B, and C waves, where wave C generally is the wave that's making the most progress. This is definitely a motive trend through here. You can just see this is a beautiful A, B, and C move through here. I really gotta suppose that we had some sort of a pennant through here, perhaps. That looks pretty good. And maybe that's actually an extension of the C wave. And maybe this is going to build into a even more complicated corrective trend, where we've had like A, B, and C of A. This could all be a big B wave, and then this big push down is wave C. We've reached 327. I don't even know where I got that from. Oh, wait. Is that it? What? Okay, we're going to zoom out. We're going to find where that target came from. We've hit it. Oh, we hit it big time. Looks like we're hitting it again. Let's see here. The target from the pull back off of the news hype that was generated from the court case. Yeah, everyone's telling me, oh, it's not a news event. It's totally a news event. When AMC's in the media, that's what happens. All right. It's just the correlation. It's just the correlation. So there you go. AMC coming down, testing 327. If 327 breaks, where are we going, I wonder? Let's open up a default chart here. This is the chart I've been following for like years. Wow, that's pretty low. Looks like 273 is the next target on the larger time frame. That's coming from the initial impulse down from 570, where you can see all that after hours action above $6 isn't even on the charts here on the daily. Wild. How you choose to present the data matters a lot. It's going to affect your analysis. So here, obviously the daily line chart is not showing any of that, and that's okay. Now, what does that mean for that high? I don't know. I guess it wasn't real, so to speak. Whatever. So this might be A, one wave down, and then we have three waves in B, A, B, and C, and now we're in a C wave, which is 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Actually suggesting that we're finding the low here off of this last set of 3, which means we're probably going to start our next set of 3 heading up pretty soon. You can see the RSI here on the daily is not as low as it was at this prior low, and we're setting a lower low in the price. So we have a higher low in the RSI, lower low in the price. This is a bullish divergence through here. This could bode well for the short to near term. Again, I'm going to say it again. I'm expecting a tall trading range, but sideways. Meme stocks go sideways through tall trading ranges. Let's go to GME next. GameStop on the hourly time frame is finding some support at the low we set last week towards 1839. Of course, this was a corrective target or a wave extension target. Let me delete that guy right there. We're trying to form a bottom through here. That downtrend is holding, though. It's holding. Jeez, that is brutal. Could we get yet another wave extension through here? You can see how the RSI came up to about 50 and then came back down. Not good. Really not good. An early indication that price is going to find new lows here. Geez, it'd be really nice to have like a bounce through here. I just keep moving this C wave over and over, and I don't see a corrective pattern here yet. But that's wild. That's GameStop. It's still coming down. We aren't making a new low. We aren't breaking that downtrend. So whatever. Let's go to the dollar next. Dollar strength, I've been supposing, is going to be pushing up and higher, which it is doing. We're moving sideways, though, which is what I was expecting in the nearer term. It looks like we may even have another pennant through here. Very, very, very possible. I don't know what that would look like. There's some overhead resistance here towards 103. Markets, of course, are coming down. Dollar is pushing up. That correlation makes a lot of sense to me. I am supposing we're going to get a motive wave here up to 105. We're slowly grinding our way up. This is, of course, bearish for gold. We'll go take a look at gold futures as well. Gold futures are spinning at 1921. The next major next major level of support is not marked on this chart. Although we are expecting to reach about this low. This is an ascending broadening wedge with a downward breakout. That's a strong motive trend, and this may even be waves 1, 2, 3, 4, one more push down for 5 as the dollar strengthens and SPY is pushed down. Let's go to FUBO next. I sold a $2 put here this morning. We broke this downtrend. We have a nice A, B, and C corrective push higher. We're kind of back testing this level of support and resistance. If the price can push up above here, then we'll be looking for a bullish reversal. Right now, my wave count is 1, 2, 3, or A, B, and C. If the price makes a meaningful low below this initial, the peak of this initial impulse, then it's going to be A, B, and C, and this will be wave A of a larger 3 waveform coming down. We'll get back-to-back corrective modes. I'm hoping for the time being to catch the motive wave that will correct or begin to correct minuet wave C. That'd be happening at the sub-minuet level, motive trend A, and then hopefully I can close out my put here at a profit. I sold a put here, $2 strike, I think 3 weeks out, and then I bought a 250 call for $1 that expires this week. Just in case we do get that upside action, we do get a pretty good bounce. Again, I don't need that call to expire worth anything. What I want is for the price to close above $2. Now, I lost money here on FUBO last week. Let's go ahead and go into the Excel spreadsheet here. All right, so these were my trades for the last couple of, from last week and then today. If I scooch over here, you can see last week I was down $9. My call was exercised, and so I I took a loss there. Of course, I did sell options on FUBO, and that helped mitigate those losses, and I day traded at a profit. And what's really curious is you can see that those were all calls that I traded last week in the downtrend of SPY. Ridiculous stuff. I can't believe I did that. But I'm only down $10 from last week, which isn't bad. Today, let's go over what today's trades were. I went long on a put this morning, of course. I shared that, pulled $21 out really quickly. And then I went and actually bought some more Playboy at 137. Took half of the profits, just went into Playboy and bought something. This is what I call my primary long position. I use it it's not like a savings account, but it's a way of protecting the money. You can lose all the money you trade on 0-day options. You really can lose all the money. And what you don't always lose money on necessarily are shares. If the price is down and you're holding shares, you can hold those shares forever. You can wait a super long time and recover if, things go all right. So here I'm still bullish on Playboy and the price is super low. So I'm going to be buying shares of Playboy with my profits to help protect those profits from losses in the future. I mean, as I say, these shares won't depreciate as fast as other options contracts I may trade. All right, that's the strategy there. It's just try to mitigate some risk. Shares are good for that. I go into FUBO. I short a put, the $2 put. I took $14 of premium there. My fees were lowered from 65 cents to 55 cents, which is super nice. And so I haven't actually made these $13 yet, but I hope that the put expires worthless and then I don't have to buy the shares like I did last week, which was awful. Here's the long call, cost me $1.55 with costs. Of course, that totally fits within the short put that I sold. And I went long on a call too on SPXU, okay? That's expiring September 1st, 11 days, and I bought it, let's see here, when SPXU was a little lower than this, so I expect that I'm actually up on this call right now. Spent $55, and I'm going to write this one out. You can see that my P&L it shows here as negative, but that's because I haven't entered an exit price in yet, it's just not there yet. I'm hoping that this fifth wave at the minuet degree on SPY brings this in the money call value. Now this is SPXU, which is the inverse of SPY. That's the easiest way to think about it. It's an ETF that is short SPY basically. So I can buy it long, and I've essentially taken a short position of SPY. All right, so that's what I've got for today's video. It might be a little lengthy at around 20 minutes. That's okay. Let's go take a peek at SPY one last time while we're here, see how this is going. We're gonna zoom into the minute time frame here, turn on a candlestick chart. What's going on? Looks like we've had waves 1 and 2, and we're starting to build the wave 3 extension. This would be the first impulse of that wave 3 extension. You're gonna notice a little bullish divergence through here, right? Ooh, is that a bullish divergence? Yeah, that's a lower low, and you can see that when I do this, I use the close of the candle, not the tails, not the wicks, the close, because that's the same data point that the RSI is expressing. Small corrective bounce. All right, if this is the third wave of our larger trend, and we're expecting it to extend on a wave degree that's too small for me to write down because I don't give myself that much room. But just imagine 1, A, B, and C. All right, motive trend A, and then the low of B formed the bullish divergence. We got the C wave pop. This, of course, does not necessarily form a new uptrend. What we're looking for now is further downside, and that would likely bring us to 434.82 on the intraday chart. So this is the target I'm looking for on the intraday, expecting to hit this low and then probably grind sideways, because that's what the market would need to do in order to take all the money from the day traders. Anyway, that's all for now. Happy trading.